I'd like to thank all of you for being here today. The Dumay winery has come a long way from its humble beginnings, when my father stuck my mother in a bathtub full of grapes and told her to stop. She did, too. And together with his partner and trusted friend, Thomas Shipman, they built an empire that nobody could have possibly imagined. One box of wine at a time.
Well said.
And now, with our first premium vintage, we enter a whole new arena, one shelf higher and loaded with corks. On behalf of my loving husband, Alan Leach, and myself, we would like to propose a toast to the Dumay Grand Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. May it pave the way for many equally exceptional vintages to come.
Cheers. To the Dumay family.
Come on, let's get a picture.
Great, thanks. Okay.
Very impressive, Thomas. Now you can retire, a wealthy man with a secure place in viticulture history.
I grew the grapes, Alan, but it's not my name on the bottle. That's Freddie's legacy.
She knows how important you were to this wine.
Word. Don't ship me off to the retirement home too soon, Alan. I worked too hard to walk away just yet. Let me enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Excuse me, Mr. Shipman. I just wanted to tell you how much I love your wine. The body is just exquisite.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
I'm Alan Leach, Freddie's husband. And you are?
Oh, I'm sorry. Arabella Stone.
Arabella.
Very pleased to meet you.
You too.
Arabella, I'm really curious. How would you describe the finish?
Slow. Smooth. It has an uncommon sweetness for such an aggressive introduction.
Very perceptive. How do you know so much about wines?
From drinking them.
Following fermentation, we keep the young wine with its skins for an average of 38 days maceration to naturally soften the tannins, at which point...
It's all so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Japanese do the same thing with rice?
Kind of.
Would you excuse me? I think I need to taste them a lot.
It's kind of like the Mick Jagger of fermentation, isn't it?
You'd think I'd be used to it by now.
I don't think anyone gets used to that, Connie.
Thanks, honey. This is fabulous. I've never had such a tasty merlot. Now, my husband, Jason, he says that merlot goes much better with warm cheeses than cold cheeses. What do you think, Freddie?
Merlot.
Huh?
It's French. Merlot.
If you'll excuse me, I need to earn my keep and go mingle a bit.
I've always known how handsome you were, but I had no idea that you were so charming as well.
We'd have to get you to come by more often, I think.
Is that a proposition?
Let's just call it an invitation.
I'm not feeling well, Thomas. I think I'm ready to leave.
What is it this time, dear?
I have a headache. I feel dizzy.
Well, I'm sure Freddie could dig you up an aspirin. Why don't you find yourself a nice, quiet office to rest in?
I don't want to find a quiet office. I want to leave.
Well, I can't. There's a lot of important people I haven't talked to yet.
Maybe it's time you did.
Could I get a picture, Mr. Shipman?
Yes, of course. Why not get all three of us?
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Perfect.
It's late. I'm leaving.
How serious were you about that invitation of coming around more often? I'm available if Dumay Winery has an opening.
Well, There's always an opening for someone with a passion to learn.
Maybe we should arrange an interview to verify my qualifications.
Maybe.
What do you say we tap one of these suckers and really get the party going? Okay. Oh, Bruce. Oh, my God. Thanks so much for coming.
Mrs. Leach.
Yes.
I've arranged for the cleaning crew to finish up tonight, if that's all right with you.
Of course.
I'll stay and lock everything up when they're finished.
Oh, you don't need to do that.
Oh, I don't mind, really. I'd feel much better knowing the job was done properly.
Now I know why Thomas says he couldn't live without you.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Lillian, for taking care of all the arrangements. If you ever decide to leave the shipments, you've got a job with me. Pardon, do you know where Alan is?
I believe Mr. Leach went to the main house. Would you like me to get him for you?
Oh, no. He'll turn up when he's ready.
Thank you. I'm impressed.
You were fantastic tonight.
Ah, it's about time you showed up.
I've never been good with crowds, you know that. I prefer one-on-one.
I think I'm drunk.
I was hoping you'd say that. Why don't we sneak out of here, get a suite in town, and have room service deliver champagne and caviar?
I have a better idea.
What?
Why don't we climb in bed here,
Yeah.
order a pizza?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What's the good of having money if you can't recklessly spend it?
I like pizza. Besides, I thought you were more interested in dessert.
Lillian! What is it?
Constance. Oh, my God.
We've taken everyone's statement, and I'll talk to Mr. Shipman again this afternoon.
Obviously, he's in pretty rough shape.
Don't imagine he'll be any better later.
He mentioned Mrs. Shipman wasn't feeling so well and wanted to go early.
That's right.
Any idea what stopped her?
Her husband is a partner in this winery. I guess that he, didn't feel comfortable leaving his guests that early.
Did they have a fight?
Detective Calloway, Constance was very close to my wife. The Shipmans were like family to us.
I understand. If you remember anything unusual, don't hesitate to call me. I'll need a list of your guests, whether they attended or not.
Get that to you right away.
Thank you.
It's so awful. I mean, why would anyone want to kill Mrs. Shipman?
The police haven't determined it was murder.
Oh,
Is Thomas getting any sleep?
no, not really. He's trying to lose himself in his work. I think he's getting sick himself.
He'll come out of it. All he needs is time. How are you holding up, Lillian?
I just think it's weird, that's all. She didn't even know Constance.
I'm sure she was just here to pay her respects.
There's nothing respectful about that woman. She practically threw herself at Thomas at the reception. You saw her. Thomas was like a father to me. I don't want to see someone take advantage of him when he's feeling vulnerable.
I'm not so sure he'd mind.
I can't believe you said that.
Come on, sweetheart. We both know their marriage was nothing more than a habit. The passion was dead a long time ago.
We don't know that. And we shouldn't be judging anyone's marriage but our own. Thank you.
I thought your housekeeper would never go to bed.
What are you doing here?
I'm here for my interview. You didn't forget, did you?
No, I didn't forget. But
You told me there's always an opening for someone with passion to learn. And, I have tremendous passion to learn. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So you hired an assistant?
yeah, she's incredible. She studied viticulture in France. I've never met a woman that wanted to talk grapes as much as I do. So I hired her on the spot.
That's great, Tom. What's her name?
Arabella Stone. She was at the reception last week. I don't met her. Listen, mark my word, she's going to be a valued asset to this winery.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh, please. She shows up looking like something out of a Victoria's Secret catalog, and she can't stop talking about grapes?
I don't know what one has to do with the other.
She's after his money, Alan.
I think you're overreacting. You haven't even met her.
I don't need to meet her. The fact that Constance died the way she did, and... Is this the right knife?
No.
You know, and she left him alone in his big old mansion with all his millions. That's enough reason for me to suspect her. She probably gave him a lap dance for the interview. Trust me, the woman is a gold digger. She's looking for more than just a job.
I say, if it makes him happy, good for him.
We're not helping, Alan. We need to find a way to expose her to him before this thing goes too far.
Why don't you give a dinner party for him? I'm sure he would love to show her off a little.
It's a terrific idea. I think This is ready. As long as I don't have to cook. So, Arabella, Thomas tells me that you studied viticulture in France.
It's not very exciting. I spent 3 years in Aix-en-Provence, and I studied under Jacques Dubany.
Jacques Dubigny?
Dubany.
Dubany. I'm not familiar with him. Are you, Thomas?
I can't say that I am.
Professor Dubany has a small enological laboratory. Not much of a profile, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, you met Alan in France, didn't you, Freddie?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really? I'd love to hear your story and how you made out in France.
Well, I'm sure my story isn't as ambitious as yours. But yes, we met wine tasting in IM.
Actually, it's kind of like Thomas and Arabella, isn't it?
I guess so.
Well, à la vôtre.
I remember the moment I first laid eyes on Freddie. It was as if everything stopped. The music, the talking, my heart. I knew she was the woman I was to marry before I ever heard her speak.
Oh, how romantic is that?
To this day, I can't drink a Bordeaux without falling to one knee and proposing.
He's lying.
Oh, how long have you been married?
10 months, 6 days.
Newlyweds. Well, then, here's to a long and happy marriage.
I only hope it can be as strong as the marriage that Thomas and Constance had. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Bye, Freddie. Drive safely.
Exceptional.
Thank you. I'm so glad you could make it.
Me too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for being so gracious. Now back off before you get hurt.
Are you threatening me?
Absolutely.
What do you mean she threatened you?
I mean, she told me to back off or I'd get hurt.
She sounds a little like you.
It's not funny, Alan.
Of course it is.
I don't know. I just don't want Thomas to get hurt. She's got him so lost in her eyes, he doesn't even feel her hands digging for his wallet.
You are making way too much out of this. Let him have his little fantasy. He can afford it.
It's not the money, you know? It's what happens to Thomas when his little fantasy turns into a major nightmare. You know, she dumps him for a bigger payday.
Be right with you.
Freddie!
Oh, I can't believe you scared me like that.
What brings you out of Camelot?
I need the help of the Michelangelo of the internet.
Make yourself at home. Don't mind the mess. The cleaning lady's been on vacation for about 8 years now.
I cannot believe you still live here, Dale.
It cuts down on the overhead.
Well, I want to see what you can find out about this woman. Arabella Stone.
Well, I can tell you right now, she's hot. And European. What does she do?
It's what she's about to do. She's setting herself up to make a play for my partner's money. Alan seems to think that there's nothing to it.
He would know.
What does that mean?
Rich girl goes to France to buy some grapes and comes back with a husband?
Dale,
You tell me.
don't.
Well, all I'm saying is I could do a 2-for-1. What do you really know about him?
That I love him? It's enough for me. This was a bad idea.
Give me a couple of days. Freddie. You look great.
Hot and European? Kidding.
Thomas, Cabernet review is out, and it's a good one.
That's great. Congratulations.
Where's Thomas?
North Vineyard. But he should be back any minute.
I see he has given you his access codes.
Mm-hmm. Can't update the files without access. A new shipment from Cognac is late. I really think we should consider changing cooperages.
Do you?
It was only a suggestion.
I'm not so sure Freddie would appreciate your advice.
She's just a little threatened, that's all.
Arabella, why don't we put our cards on the table?
All right. You deal.
For the record, I have no problem with Thomas hiring an assistant, especially one as beautiful as you.
Thank you.
However, I'm sure you can understand Freddie's concern.
I can understand her concern. I'm not sure I understand yours. Cards on the table, remember?
I think it's time Thomas retired. I've talked to him about selling his share of the winery to us to make certain it remains a family operation. He'll still be a very rich man and have more time to spend his money with whomever he pleases. Thomas deserves to be happy.
As we all do. So you and I aren't so different after all, are we?
What's the occasion?
The review for your new wine. Sensationnel.
Congratulations, Thomas.
Sounds like a celebration is in order.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that. I have to show you something.
We're just about done with the Beaujolais. We can turn off the bottling machine and get it serviced next week. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah, what?
How can a woman with such good instincts about people be so blinded by love?
Knock it off. What'd you find?
Arabella Stone is the name that she's used for the past year. Her real name is Jackie Rust. Born in Germany, daughter of an American GI, raised by her mother in France. Apparently, she wore out her welcome in Europe and decided to seek her fortune in the States. She's well known on the street, big on sweetheart scams. She finds some rich old geezer, falls in love, and then takes him to the cleaners.
I knew it. She's a fraud.
She's also been arrested a few times, convicted only once, though. Smart woman, knows how to find a good lawyer. Listen, Freddie, you better be careful. She usually works with a partner. And I got a buddy of mine still digging. I'll let you know what he comes up with.
Thanks, Dale. You're the best.
I wish you truly believed that.
Frederica Dumay is going to be a problem. She's doing everything in her power to keep me out.
What do you want to do about it?
I'm not sure. Thomas is acting like she's his daughter. I really don't know how much influence she has on him, but she's definitely forcing him to pick a side.
Well, then you're going to have to make sure he picks yours.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
You listen to me. I spent a lot of time setting this up. I'm not going to let anything get in the way of this payday. You understand me?
I understand. I can handle it. Relax. You know I'll do whatever I have to do.
You better.
I have to get back.
Lillian, I'm out of wine in here. Freddie, I don't want to hear it.
She's a first-class gold digger with a track record of going after rich men.
I don't care about her past.
How can you say that? Thomas, you're a man of science. You've built your whole life around decisions based on facts.
What do you know about my life? When your father and I started this winery 35 years ago, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. We sacrificed everything to build this business, including our personal lives. And now that you're old enough to understand what's going on, all you can think about is what you stand to lose.
I'm concerned about you, Thomas. I don't want to see some con artist taking you to the cleaners.
I find it incredibly insulting that you assume all Arabella's after is my money.
Arabella's not even her real name.
I think you better leave, Freddie.
Thomas, please, listen to me.
No, you listen to me. What I do with my personal life is none of your business. You want to talk to me concerning Dumay wines? Fine. Otherwise, you keep your opinions to yourself.
This is business.
No, it isn't. You made it personal by coming here and attacking my life and the people I choose to spend it with.
Okay. Fine. Then let me make this very clear. I do not want that woman anywhere near my winery.
Your winery?
That's right. It bears my father's name. And if you want to play the part of an old fool, you go right ahead. But I won't let your ego open the door to that woman.
Get out of my house.
Thomas?
No, get out of my house now. Go.
Freddie! Freddie? Freddie? Are you hurt?
I don't think so.
What the hell happened? I don't know. It's a good thing I was outside when it happened, or I never would have heard the crash. When I find out who stacked those boxes, I'm gonna fire them.
There is no way they could have fallen like that by themselves. Somebody pushed them.
I don't think so, Freddie. I would have seen someone leave if they were in there.
Well, with all that distraction, they could have gotten out.
So, what are you saying? Someone's trying to hurt you?
Or kill me.
Who would want to do something like that?
Who do you think? Dumay Wine's newest employee. Starting to think that the timing of Constance's death wasn't such a coincidence after all.
Sounds to me like you're accusing Arabella of murder.
All I know is that I am not comfortable now. Not with her around.
What do you want to do?
It's rare to get this kind of resiliency in a fruit-bearing vine, especially when it's cold, but that's my hybrid. Grafted Cabernet onto that.
Interesting.
Tom, I'd like a word with you in private, please.
We don't have anything to talk about outside work, so whatever you have to say, my assistant can hear it.
I think we have an insurmountable difference of opinion regarding the winery and the direction in which it's going.
I think you have a problem with Arabella.
That's right. I'm not comfortable allowing an employee that I don't know complete access to our files.
Excuse me. And I'm not comfortable with you questioning my decisions.
I think we need to have a talk about a financial settlement that will allow you to retire with the recognition that you deserve.
How dare you? How can you say something like that to me?
I don't see any other option as long as you're involved with this woman to the extent that you are.
Well, here's one for you, Frederica. You come up with a price. I'll buy you out.
That didn't go very well, did it?
I'm on to you, Jackie Rust. If he wants to buy you, I can't do a thing about it. But you're not getting a dime from this winery.
We'll see.
Oh, Mr. Leach.
Alan, please.
Mr. Shipman isn't here. He's at the winery.
I know. Actually, I was hoping I could speak with you, Lillian.
Oh, sure.
Freddie and I are concerned about Mr. Shipman. In particular, his ability to make rational decisions since his wife's death. You follow me?
I think so.
You understand we both want the best for him.
As do I.
I know that, Lillian. That's why I felt I could talk to you about this.
I'm not sure I understand what you want me to do.
Just keep an eye on things. You know his routine better than anyone. Let me know if you notice anything out of the ordinary.
Well, I think it's disrespectful that he's been having that woman spend her nights here.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We had no idea they were spending so much time together.
I know it's not my place, but I don't think she's being completely honest in her feelings towards Mr. Shipman. It worries me.
Then we understand each other.
You know I'd do anything to help, Mr. Leach.
Alan,
Alan.
one more thing. If we could just keep this between us. I don't want to upset Freddie. You know how she feels about Mr. Shipman.
Of course, I understand.
Good.
I want out.
No.
Blackmailing him is no longer an option. I'm in too deep.
Are you trying to buy me off?
He loves me. He wants to marry me. I'm tired of... It's perfect. I'd give him what he wants on holidays and have a headache every other night of the year.
So marry him. Our deal stays the same. 50-50.
Listen, we went into this looking for 100 grand each, right? I get you twice that money, but partnership is over.
Nobody walks out on me. I'll tell you when the partnership is over.
Not this time. I'm out. I'll get you your money as soon as I can.
What makes you think he's gonna want you when he finds out who you really are? And where you really been? And what you've done for money?
What you gonna do? Kill the whole deal because of your pride?
Oh, baby, I killed a lot more than that because of my pride.
His name's Alfred Barker. He's your basic, run-of-the-mill, ultra-violent sociopath. He worked with your girl on scams the past few years.
No, thanks. You think he's capable of murder?
Well, from what I understand, he's capable of anything. If he's involved, I'd watch your back.
Where do we find him?
Well, I got a friend of mine, Johnny Drips, trying to run down an address, but apparently he moves around a lot.
Johnny Drips?
Don't ask. By the way, Drips knows an old associate of Alan's. He brought it up, not me. Your marriage wasn't a secret, you know.
Dale, we've talked about this. I don't want you looking into Alan's past. I trust him with my life.
All right. I'll leave it alone.
Thank you.
Are you spying on me?
No, I just saw the light.
Like a moth to a flame. Good night.
Good night.
Fire! I can't. Lillian's been with me too long.
Oh, is this how it works in this house? A woman's station is determined by seniority.
I'm not gonna just fire her for no reason.
I have a reason. I don't like her. And I especially don't like her spying on me.
Can't believe that she spied on you.
And I can't believe you question me like this. Maybe you should sleep in her room tonight.
Just a damn minute! I'll talk to her. I'll find out what happened, but don't you think you can come in here and tell me what to do in my house?
My house? Oh, didn't take you long to get to this. Did it, Thomas? Well, listen to this. I'm not interested in sleeping with someone who could be my father.
Yeah, well, who are you interested in sleeping with?
A man. A real man. Someone who's not afraid to fight for his woman.
How can you say that to me?
Because you act like a pathetic drunk who enjoys fondling his grapes more than his woman. No wonder your wife killed herself. Well, passion. Maybe you're not as dead as your wife after all. Let me know when you want to bring some of that passion into the bedroom, chérie.
I don't believe it.
Hold it.
I'm Frederica Dumay. We're family.
Okay, go ahead.
Lillian, where's Mr. Shipman?
He's in the study. The police have been questioning him for hours.
Go in, Freddie. I'll stay here with Lillian.
Excuse me.
Lillian, are you okay?
What the hell is going on here? Mr. Shipman's being arrested under suspicion of murder.
What? Thomas, where's your attorney?
I didn't want one.
You didn't want one.
Go home, Freddie. You get what you want now.
You want to talk? There's no law against that.
What did he say happened?
Well, take a look. He was drunk, they had a fight, she walked out.
The rest is blacked out. There's no reason to think this is anything but a crime of passion.
Whatever this looks like, he didn't kill her.
Ms. Dumay, he was already under investigation for the murder of his wife.
What?
The autopsy report shows she died of a broken neck. There were not enough drugs or alcohol in her system to warrant falling off that bridge. She was pushed. And who had a motive for that?
Thomas loved his wife.
Most husbands who commit murder do.
This makes no sense.
Look, it's the only thing that does make sense. Arabella Stone was there the night his wife was murdered. He's admitted to having an affair with her. Now she winds up dead. Doesn't take a law professor to find a motive.
The police said she was shot 3 times at close range.
Right.
Only a cold-blooded killer could do something like that.
Probably a long line of people waiting to put a few bullets into her. Must have been one of her old scam victims. Tracked her down and killed her.
What are you talking about?
I asked Dale to see what he could dig up on her.
Dale. Your friend from college?
Mm-hmm. She's a con artist. Rips off rich old men. Arabella Stone isn't even her real name.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I know how you feel about Dale, and I didn't want it to turn into a thing.
So you had to deceive me?
No, Alan, it wasn't anything like that. You don't tell me everything you do.
Would you like to be a little more specific?
Where were you last night? For that matter, the last few nights. You leave the bedroom when you think I'm asleep, and you come back hours later.
I don't go anywhere.
Yes, you do, Alan. And I've been waiting for you to tell me on your own, but now that we're talking about it, I'd like an honest answer.
Okay? You got me. I have been doing my homework, studying Thomas's journal to earn my keep when he retires. The truth is, I am a bit of a fraud. What I really know about wine, you could fit in a glass. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I didn't mean to sound like that.
The important thing is that you know how much I love you. And how concerned I am for your safety.
How you holding up? Thomas, please forgive me for the way I acted. What I said
Was right. I made a fool of myself, and now 2 people are dead.
That wasn't your fault.
You don't know that. Hell, I don't even know that. I can't remember what happened. I know I hit her. I know I was drunk. I was so angry I wanted to kill her.
You gotta stop talking like that. I'm gonna call our attorney. He'll be here today. We'll find out what really happened last night. The police believe that the same person that killed her murdered Constance.
Connie deserved better.
She had a wonderful life with you. She told me that all the time.
She was lying. I mean, it was good at the start, but to be honest, at the end, I wanted out. I knew Constance wouldn't give me a divorce, so we did what we did to get by. Freddie, I heard Connie. Arabella wasn't the first.
I know. Thomas, I promise I'll find the truth.
You be careful. Your father and I made some enemies on the way to the top. This might be our past, Kamp.
talk to you ASAP.
What?
It's important.
You know, when I found Mr. Shipman by the pool, he was passed out. She was lying next to her car.
It's a horrible thing to go through.
There had to be someone else. I know he didn't kill her.
It's gonna be all right, Lillian.
How long will the police keep Mr. Shipman?
If they charge him with 2 murders, they won't let him out until after the trial.
Well, what am I gonna do? I could never leave Mr. Shipman, but now I'm too scared to stay here.
Why don't you come work for us? Yeah, until Thomas is free to come home. We could use the help.
What, are you serious?
You've tasted Freddie's cooking? I'm dead serious.
Barker had been living downtown in a 1-room apartment on East Proctor. Not a very nice area.
I know where that is.
So Johnny Drips knows this guy. Says Barker moved up to a cabin in the mountains because he had to lay low for a while.
Does this guy know where it is?
Well, Drips says he does. And he's ready to talk for cash. And there's just one catch. He wants to tell you in person.
Why?
He didn't say.
Maybe this guy wants to get her alone. Like Constance and Arabella.
When did you get back?
Long enough to hear your friend try to set you up.
You want to talk about setups.
I'm talking about my wife. Who are you talking about?
Alan, are you accusing Dale of murder? That's crazy.
Well, at the very least, it seems to me your good friend here might have an interest in seeing Dumay wines go under.
That's ridiculous.
You have the look of a jealous man. If Freddie lost the winery, it might knock her down a peg. Maybe even into your class.
You son of...
Stop it! Both of you. Dale, you better go.
Stay away from her if you know what's good for you.
I'll see myself out.
I can't believe you did that.
I don't trust him. He's gonna get you hurt.
What?
Or worse. Freddie?
Dale, wait. Please. Wait! I am so sorry. He was out of line.
He's your husband, it's your house. He's got a right to say what he wants in it.
He's just concerned about me, that's all.
I'm sure he is. I'm curious, Freddie, was he concerned enough to tell you he was married before? I didn't think so. 3 years ago, to a wealthy widow. Didn't last long, though, about a year. She died in a mysterious boating accident in the south of France.
That's not true!
My guess is he met you about the time he ran out of money. Be careful, Freddie. He's not what you think he is.
Well, that's about as ugly as it gets. I had no idea I was capable of such an egregious display of jealousy. Sorry, sweetheart. Forgive me? All right. I'll try again later.
Were you married before me?
That's quite a friend you have there.
This isn't about Dale. Were you married before you met me?
Yes, I was. It has nothing to do with us.
It has everything to do with us. How could you lie to me like that?
She died, Freddie. It's not like she's out there hiding from you. It was a horrible time for me. It's not something I talk about to anyone. It was easy just to block it out of my mind and put it all behind me. And start over with you.
How did she die?
She drowned. We took her boat out for the weekend. Anchored near a small island. Had dinner. A few too many drinks. After I'd fallen asleep, she must have tried to take the dinghy ashore. They found her a day later.
Was she wealthy?
I'm not sure I understand your question, Freddie. Are you asking me if I married her for her money or killed her for it?
I don't deserve that.
And I deserve to be interrogated?
You lied to me. You married and buried another woman, and you didn't feel the need to tell me about it? How do you expect me to react? I thought we had a marriage based on trust.
I didn't tell you, and I should have, but I never lied about it. I didn't see how it mattered. I'm sure you have little things in your past you'd rather keep to yourself.
I'm going to bed.
Where are you going?
I have to meet Dale.
For what?
To talk to the guy that knows where Arabella's partner is.
I'm going with you.
No, you're not.
Now remember, I don't know anything about this guy. Johnny Drip says he's a first-class weasel and he's not to be trusted.
Then why are we giving him money?
Because that's what weasels do. They sell people out for money.
Yeah, but if he can't be trusted, then
Well, we can trust him to be a weasel.
I don't like being called a weasel. Weasel sells out on his friends, and Alfred Barker's no friend of mine. So you got the money? I'm a busy man. Don't waste my time.
We got the money.
So you're the Dumay broad, the one who owns all that wine.
Yes, I am.
Not bad. So how's it feel to be filthy rich?
Hey, look, we're paying for an address here, not conversation.
Yeah, well, I want to know what kind of people I'm doing business
Feels
with.
good.
You got a problem?
To be filthy rich.
Yeah, I'll bet it does. So you want to find Barker, huh? He's a bad man.
I believe you wanted $200.
Small price to pay for something you want so bad.
We're out of here.
The Twin Pines. 324 North Weatherly. Cozy little cottage.
That's a good address.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, enjoy the ride.
I'm just curious. What do you have against Barker?
I don't like to be double-crossed. We were partners and he dumped me for the one that turned up dead. Guess she cleaned up a little better than me.
All I'm saying is just wait until tomorrow. Give me one more day to see if I can, what else I can dig up on Barker.
But what if he takes off tonight? He must be feeling the heat already if he's hiding out in the mountains.
For all we know, he could have left town by now.
Which is why I need to get up there and find out.
Freddie!
Look, I promised Thomas that I'd get to the truth of this. And right now, that's Barker. What's he gonna do, kill me?
Well, fine, I'll go with you.
Please, Dale. If you don't hear from me in a couple hours, send in the Marines.
say so. Who are you?
You know who I am.
You're a long way from home, Mrs. Leach.
If you say so.
You looking to trade your mansion in the hill for a modest little place like this?
No. I can afford both.
You got guts, I'll give you that. Of course, I thought you were smarter than to come out to a place like this all by yourself.
Who says I'm all by myself?
What do you want?
The truth. About 2 murders.
You've come a long way for nothing. Didn't you hear? The cops caught that guy. Your husband did it.
No, we didn't. I think you and your partner, Arabella, killed Constance to get at Shipman's money. And then when she dumped you, you killed Arabella.
That's a hell of a theory, Freddie. But it's wrong. I didn't kill anybody. Not this month. How you sleeping at night, Freddie? You want the truth? Look in your own backyard.
Just know this. I will use all of my money and my resources to make sure that you pay for what you did to Constance. I found you hiding up here. All it cost me was a couple of bucks.
Are you all right?
Where's Parker?
Well, I think he's gone. His cabin was empty. There was a fire in the fireplace. And I heard this car pull out when I was on my way down here. What's the matter with you?
He tried to kill me.
You're hurt.
My ankle.
Oh, we gotta get you to a hospital.
I got your message. This is your idea of a minor problem?
Please, Alan, I'm tired.
What happened to you?
A few bumps and bruises. Sprained ankle.
Where the hell have you been?
Dancing.
Freddie, please. You leave here to see Dale, come back the next morning on crutches. I deserve more than sarcasm.
Okay. I went to see Barker. I'm fairly certain that he's the one who killed Constance and Arabella, so I wanted to see if I could get him to admit it. Well, when I left his place, he attacked me.
Attacked you? Where was Dale?
I went by myself. Thankfully, Dale followed me. He found me in the woods running away from Barker.
What were you thinking?
I don't know.
We have to go see Detective Calloway.
And say what? I can't identify him. I didn't see his face.
It doesn't matter. This guy could decide to come after you right now.
Excuse me, is there anything I can do?
Lillian, what are you doing here?
I hired her. I thought we could use the help until Thomas comes home.
Outstanding. Well, we sure could use you. Especially now.
Here, let me help you.
Oh, I'll do it. Thank you.
I'll get you some ice for this.
Okay.
She's been having a tough time of it. I'm sure it feels good to be needed again.
don't you get some rest? You've had a busy night.
His name is Alfred Barker.
Yeah, I know who that is. Bit of a grifter with a taste for the rough stuff. To my knowledge, he's been clean for years.
Not anymore. I went up there to talk to him about his involvement with Arabella Stone, AKA Jackie Rust. I was lucky enough to get out of there just with this.
Sounds like Barker. You can file assault charges down at the station.
I'm more interested in you filing murder charges. Thomas Shipman didn't kill his wife, or Stone. It was Alfred Barker.
Do you have any proof to back that up?
No more than you have on Thomas.
Look, Ms. Dumay, I know that Thomas Shipman is a longtime friend, but without any motive or concrete evidence, I'd be wasting my time chasing after somebody like Barker.
Detective, excuse me for sounding naive, but isn't that how you get a motive and concrete evidence? By chasing?
I'll run a check on him. Don't get your hopes up. Even if he is involved, Barker's not the type to leave fingerprints. Or witnesses, for that matter.
I'll be right with you. So what can I do for
You can stay away from my wife.
you? Decide who Freddie talks to now, do you?
With regards to you, yes, I do.
This is a conversation you should be having with your wife, not me.
No. This is between you and me.
Are you threatening me?
You're damn right I am. I am not about to let some low-life loser destroy everything I've worked for.
Worked? I know all about the kind of work you do. And I'm gonna make sure Freddie knows, too. Now get the hell out of here.
I'm on to you.
So what can I do for you?
The must has to be pumped over the cap several times a day to extract maximum flavor and tannins. And watch the heat buildup. 55 to 75 degrees. No warmer, no colder. That'll be all for now. Thanks.
You're not supposed to be on your feet, Freddie.
Wine doesn't make itself.
Why don't you go lie down? I can handle it from down here.
How are you gonna do that when you're so busy threatening my friends? Dale called as soon as you left.
I am not going to apologize to him. He is subversive and putting you in danger. He almost got you killed.
I trust Dale.
But you don't trust me. Did it ever occur to you that the man who attacked you just might have been Dale?
That's ridiculous. He's the one that saved me.
Was he? Huh. It seems to me it was quite a coincidence. He just happened to show up in the nick of time. And what about Barker? Why didn't he just kill you when you were inside his cabin?
So I couldn't identify him. It was dark outside.
Dead women don't talk, Freddie. If he wanted to kill you, he would have done it when he had the chance.
Are you saying that Dale tried to kill me?
No. He's trying to make it look like I am. I think he killed Constance and Arabella to set up Thomas, knowing you get full control of the winery. Now, if he could make you believe that I'm trying to kill you, he could save you and move in when I'm gone.
Where were you last night?
What do you mean, where was I? I was right here, waiting for you.
I called, no one answered.
You think it was me? Answer me! Answer me! You think I followed you up there and tried to kill you?
I don't know what to think anymore.
Alan?
Help me, please. Somebody's in my house.
Okay, miss, stay calm and give me your address. Miss, can you give me your address? Are you there? Listen to me, I can't just have a police location without an address. Hello? Is anyone there?
Don't move! You're under arrest. Miss Dumay? It's Detective Calloway. Are you in there?
Yes, I'm here.
Open the door, please. You're safe now. You all right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. How did you get here so fast? I just called 911.
It was Barker. We put a tail on him as soon as we confirmed he was working with Arabella Stone. He didn't waste any time making his move. It's late. Why don't you come down to the station in the morning? We'll get your statement then.
Certainly.
I'll have an officer posted here for the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Try and get some sleep.
Thanks for everything.
According to Barker, he was there to rob you, not hurt you. He said he cased your place last week during the reception, posing as one of the waiters.
So if he was there, he could have killed Constance.
Could have, but he didn't have a motive. He claims Shipman's wife dying created a bit of a problem for the scam they were running. It's hard to blackmail a single man for sexual indiscretion.
What if his partner killed her, didn't tell him, and then when he found out, he killed her?
He has an alibi for Arabella Stone's murder.
He's lying.
Ms. Dumay, there's no evidence. Hang on a sec. There's no evidence linking Barker to those killings. He's a thief and a con man, and he admits to planning to rip you off and leave the country.
He tried to kill me at his cabin.
He denies it.
And I believe him over me.
He said you went up there to accuse him of murder. And there's no proof. You said yourself you couldn't identify your assailant.
So I threw myself off the cliff.
Ms. Dumay, if it were up to me, I would lock him up for life. But that's not the way the system works. I'm sorry, I don't think he's our guy. And I know that's not what you want to hear.
Hi. How did it go? Oh, I hope they have that horrible man put away.
Yeah, police tell me by the time his lawyers get done, he'll get 5 to 10 weeks. My ankle's killing me. I'm gonna go lie down. Oh, Lillian. Oh, would you mind? Thanks.
Mr. Leach is upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm packing some clothes.
I don't understand.
I think you do, Freddie. You've made it quite clear that you're not comfortable being around me. In the interest of saving our marriage, I think I'm gonna move out until you are.
I never said I wasn't comfortable.
Actually, you said much worse.
Where will you go?
I thought I'd talk to Thomas about staying at his place. That way I could help him out with his personal affairs and still be available for the winery business.
I don't know what to say.
Say goodbye. You've said everything else. Keep an eye on her, Lillian. If you need anything, I'll be staying at the Shipmans.
Oh, I wish there was something I could do to help.
Just you being here with her is a tremendous help. I spoke to the lawyers, Thomas. Looks like the judge is not going to let you out on bail. 2 homicides, and with your resources, you're too big of a risk to run.
I can understand that. Well, sure wouldn't mind a nice glass of Merlot right about now. Make that a bottle.
Everything's going to be okay. If your case ever does make it to trial, the jury won't convict with the evidence they have. No witnesses, no murder weapon, no DNA evidence. Frankly, I think the district attorney is praying for a miracle.
I was so foolish to think a woman like that would want anything but my money. I should have known better. Alan, I got a confession to make. When Freddie married you, I thought that was a mistake. I was sure the only thing you were interested in was her money. I'm sorry for that.
Thank you.
She's lucky she found you. Now, how's Freddie really doing? I mean, she puts on a brave front, but I know how close she was to Constance.
She's determined to find out who killed her, to the point of putting herself in danger.
Danger? What kind of danger?
Her friend, Dale, found the man who was working with Arabella. Freddie went up to confront him and was assaulted.
Is she all right?
She's fine. In fact, Lillian is there with her.
Lillian?
I hope you don't mind. I asked her to stay with us during your ordeal.
It's a good idea. In fact, I think it'd be best if she stayed with you folks when I got out of here.
She's very loyal, Thomas. She would never want to leave you.
Alan, I wouldn't want Freddie to know this, but I had an affair with Lillian. Well, it started about 3 years ago. I'm not sure how it happened, but Connie was sick and Lillian was there. She made it easy. She never made any demands. She always showed Connie respect.
Did Constance know?
Well, she did. She never told me. I was foolish.
Speaking of foolish, I wonder if I could ask a favor of you.
Whatever you need.
Freddie and I are having a problem, and we need some time to work it out. And I was hoping that I could stay at your place.
Of course. What kind of problem?
Dale found out that I was married before and made a point of telling Freddie. I should have told her, but I never did. He convinced her that I'm dishonest, and now she's having doubts about our relationship.
You want me to talk to her?
No. I'm sure we can work it out.
Well, make sure you do, because Dumay wines need both of you. All right?
Well, I would never leave Mr. Shipman, but I'm too scared to stay here now.
Why don't you come work for us? Just until Thomas is free to come. We could use the help.
Dale, this email you sent me on Barker is unbelievable. How come one guy knows so many creeps? I'm fine. No, you don't need to come over. Lillian is taking perfect care of me. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Bye. Thanks. What's all this?
Doctor's orders, anti-inflammatories for your ankle, calcium and iron supplements, 2 to help the pain, and something to help you sleep.
What do you say we just trade it in for a bottle of red? It'll do exactly the same thing, I promise. Didn't think so. Thank you.
Get out of the house, Brady. It's Lillian.
I'm sorry. Mrs. Leach is unable to come to the phone right now.
Who's that, Lillian?
I'm just one of those pesky people trying to sell you something. I'll get your dinner.
What's your emergency?
Get me the police department.
Right away.
Detective Calloway, it's an emergency. Please.
Lillian? I think I need something to eat. Lillian? 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 Lillian?
Kitchen's closed.
Oh, you scared me.
You don't make it easy, do you? You couldn't just stay in bed and wait until the pills did the work for me.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna kill you, Mrs. Leach. Are you surprised? What, it couldn't be Lillian. Mousy Lillian, the loyal housekeeper. Why are you doing this? Because I love him. But that's something you wouldn't understand. When things get rough for you, you write another check. But you don't know what it's like to sacrifice, to go to bed night after night alone, while the man you love is sleeping with another woman. His wife! No, his mistake. No, he didn't love her. He loved me. We were destined to be together. He told me that.
How could you kill Constance? She brought you into that house.
But she left me no choice. I was willing to wait until Thomas left her. But she forced my hand. Come in. Oh, Mrs. Shipman, you look beautiful.
I've known all about your disgusting behavior. I've waited until now to say something because of how important this event is to Thomas. But after tonight, you're no longer welcome here. I'll expect your resignation in the morning, as well as whatever discretion you're capable of.
I was very discreet. She was fond of her tranquilizers, and I knew that sooner or later she'd leave the party to mope about her failed marriage. It was liberating, and I knew that Thomas would thank me for it.
You're sick. Thomas loved his wife.
This room looks familiar, doesn't it, Mrs. Leach? Remember the last time we were here together? You had that unfortunate accident with the falling boxes. That's the problem with making murder look like an accident. Sometimes you accidentally miss. That didn't happen with Arabella.
There was no time to plan an accident. I heard them fight that night.
How can you say that to me?
Because you act like a pathetic drunk. No wonder your wife killed herself.
She said the most horrible things to him. He wanted to kill her. He wanted her dead, out of his life. I could feel his pain like it was my own.
So I killed her for him because I love him. I didn't have much time. I knew when she left that night she'd still be back to collect. A woman like that would say or do anything to keep a man like Thomas. I was protecting him like any good wife would. I trashed the study. I wanted to make it look like a robbery. But still, the police went after Thomas. But I'm not worried. With his money and his lawyers, it's only a matter of time before he gets off. Right, Mrs. Leach? But you know all about that, don't you? You rich girls buying your way out of any trouble you get into. Can't buy your way out of this, can you, Mrs. Leach? Mrs. Leach. I know you're in here. I can hear the fear in your breathing. It's the same sound you made that night at Barker's cabin. Oh. That's right. It was me. Alan told me all about you and Dale when I moved in that morning, and about the fight you had had the night before. He was worried about you, and he went looking for you. I followed him to the computer store.
He must be feeling the heat already if he's hiding out in the mountains.
Well, for all we know, he could have left town already.
Which is why I need to get up there and find out.
Freddie!
Look, I would have killed you that night if it wasn't for your damn friend. I would have killed you and let the police blame it on Barker or maybe even Alan, and then this place would have gone to its rightful owner, Thomas, and his new wife, Lillian. Thomas comes home. Thomas will never marry you, Lillian. You're his maid. Ow! You're his maid, and that'll never change. That's why he fell in love with Arabella. Oh, you don't know anything about love. That's why your husband walked out on you. Now, maybe I'll comfort him in the morning when they find your broken body. Consider this my letter of resignation, Frederica.
Freddie! 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 Freddie!
Help me!
Freddie! Freddie! I'm here, let go!
Dad, no!
It's your only hope! I can break your fall!
I can't!
Let go! Freddie!
No!
Look at me!
I can't!
Fall into my arms!
No!
I won't let you die!
No!
You can do this, Freddie! Trust me! And let go!
I can't!
Let go!
I'm afraid! No! Please! Whoa!
You okay?
Yeah. I think I broke my leg.
Me too.
Here it is. I've been saving this bottle for a very special occasion. I think my retirement qualifies.
What is this? That's not a Dumay label.
Well, I have to wean myself. We don't have a distributor in France.
Not yet, anyway. Once we incorporate some new automation in our bottling and packaging division, we'll be all over Europe. I told you I was doing my homework.
Who's the fourth glass for?
Our new plant manager. The computer genius who's going to drag us into the 21st century.
Where's the abacus you've been using to keep these records? Hey,
Teo?
girl with your education, you should be ashamed. But don't worry, don't worry. I'll develop a new program, and I'll have it straightened out in a week.
I made an executive decision. Hope you don't mind.
They made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Thomas's guest house, Alan's job, and a chance to get rid of a load of bad karma.
We had a man-to-man and realized we were both acting like boys. I know how much Dale cares about you and how much you trust him. And if there's one thing we all want Dumay wines to stand for, it's trust.
Trust. An important ingredient in good wines, good friends, and good marriages.